Good afternoon, all. Paul from Camelback Trading coming to you this Thursday afternoon, May 29th. We're looking at Window Traders market profile of the ES and NQ. So you had a lot of action, but no real result at the end. For now, yes, we have bigger balances in ES, but for now, ES, NQ, and righty, for me, will be a 3-day balance as of now. The gaps below us will be our main focus, right? If we come out of balance to the downside. If we come out of balance to the upside, NQ will be up. ES would be up, but I still want to see them take out the 19th high. NQ was up today for all of 2 hours. Remember, they stretched the balance high yesterday. Today with the gap high, I certainly called them up. They came back into balance when E period took out yesterday's low. There was an opportunity to have an outside day up and or down. We didn't get either in ES or NQ. Righty ends with an 11 wide point of control and an afternoon rally high in K. And Q ends with only an 8 wide POC and an afternoon rally high in H. ES ends with a 10 wide POC. They lost their afternoon rally high when M took it out. We replaced yesterday's excess high in A with another excess high in A today. The overnight is our monthly high. It took out March's overnight monthly high, but I'm not taking that off because that happened in extended hours. I want it taken out in regular trading hours. These buys up here from the overnight and pre-market got absolutely annihilated. Short-term, fickle, fragile, glass-jawed, pajama trader, whatever you want to call them. Clueless is what I would call them. Absolutely clueless. I mean, it's hard enough to trade, right? Most traders lose money as it is. But with these knee-jerk reactions to everything, can't imagine the amount of accounts being blown and everything else. Decent volume today, especially NQ above average. ES should be over average by the end of the overnight. I had a good day. I started in A period to get the gap fill. We opened, basically drove straight down, but wasn't sure if it was just an inventory adjustment, so I was patient, and then finally took the short to fill the gap. Then I took the short to get the overnight low. So 2 very nice shorts in NQ in A period. In B period, we got our other staple play, right? So we got one with the overnight low. We got another one taking out A's low to 1 time frame down. I did lose on an ebb and flow short, believe it or not, in B because we came back pretty good. Another thing, and we talk about this a lot, we rallied pretty good towards the end of B. When we did that, we had a wide IB. I said it's not going to be that easy to get an overnight. To get an initial balance. Now, it didn't take that long. Remember last week? It took till F in ES and M in NQ. Well, today it only took 2 time frames. It took an hour more, and then E went and got it for both of us. And that was my next trade in E to get the IB low. Actually, that's not true. I took a long in C to fill the single prints. So we had single prints in B. I took a long to fill them. And then I got the short in E to get the IB low and some ebb and flow shorts. And then I only took 1 trade in the afternoon, which was to stop the 1 time framing in F. So unlike yesterday, when after both sides I thought had their shot, and with the buyers on the gap, the sellers failing with trend day down. But yesterday, K, L, and M had different ideas, especially K and M. Well, today it was the end of the game as K, L, and M didn't do much at all. So to me, there wasn't much to do in the afternoon. So it was a good day. Look, a couple of things to keep in mind. The monthlies are all balanced. However, it's still leaning towards the bull side because of the very, very nice push off of April's lows and how May has reacted. The weekly is up in NQ. It's balanced for ES, including this week. It's 3-week balance, but NQ is up. Okay, and the dailies are now all balanced. So we are waiting for more MGI. Now you can use tariffs, inflation, war. I don't care what you use. The bottom line is, right? The market it might react to this stuff, but the market will do what it wants to do when it wants to do it. So we're in a 3-day balance, right? You have PCE tomorrow. So again, for my money's worth, the market will decide if it wants to come out of balance to the downside or upside based on MGI and not anything from tariffs or PCE or anything of that nature. All right? Please keep that in mind. Chart-wise, don't forget, still live with Tradeify, doing well. They're the best ones out there by far. So, again, I'm affiliated with them. So if you have any interest in trading a prop company, please use my link on the videos. It's on my link every morning and afternoon video. Okay? So here we are. Now remember, I never changed this. The gap is still here. I am calling this a 3-day balance. But do not get me wrong. No major change will take place until we come out of this entire balance. So yeah, I'll use the 3-day balance to see if we go and fill the gap from the other day. But there will be no change unless we break out of balance below this day and take back the weekly and daily gap. Remember, that weekly gap is still holding. Or come out of balance above the 19th high and go for the all-time high. That's when change will take place in the bigger picture. So we can still go up and or down out of this 3-day balance without that happening. And here's NQ or triple Qs. They were up today at one point, but because they took out yesterday's low, it's back to a 3-day balance. I think they would like to hold it because any acceptance below Tuesday's low, you fill the gap most likely, and then you're back in this entire mess again. See how this game works? Now they did 58 million shares today. They averaged 44, so that's pretty good. NQ averages 68 million. We're at 69, so we just barely broke average. So again, good volume, not great. Good ranges, though. Happy with the ranges. So please just keep in mind how much short-term traders can stretch a market and how emotional they can be. Thank you for liking and subscribing to this channel. Enjoy your evening, and we'll speak prior to the opening.